Steami Nation. I am your host, Ntigilanga, and today we have Dr. Adriana Marais. Obviously, you're wondering what is so special about her. A couple of things, right? Firstly, she wants to go to Mars, but there's many other titles associated with her. But obviously, as we get to know her, we'll find out what she likes. So, Dr. Adriana, thank you so much for giving us your time, and thank you for being here. So, you have a couple of titles. You're a theoretical physicist, you're head of innovation at South Africa, and you're also an astronaut candidate for Mars 1. So
That's
which one, is it everything in one?
Well, actually, I'm also the director for the Foundation for Space Development. And
Okay.
that's arguably one of the most exciting because we're planning a trip to Antarctica next year.
Wow.
So that's taking a lot of my time right now.
Okay, have you been to Antarctica before?
No, it's the only continent I haven't been to, and
Wow.
South Africa is one of the oldest bases there where research is done every year. So this is a great opportunity for people wanting to live off Earth to go and practice in what's arguably one of the most hostile parts of Earth, which is Antarctica. The isolation is real. Like once winter sets in, you can't leave.
Yeah, and it's
It's
cold.
negative 40, negative 50 where the South African base is. It's dark for many months while the sun doesn't come up. The winds are going like hundreds of kilometers an hour outside. So if you want to live off of Earth, you should go practice in Antarctica first because this is the closest you're going to get.
Is that how Mars is as well?
Negative 50, yes. Wind speeds not as powerful because the pressure's low. Mars has day and night, but we'll be living underground to protect us from the radiation. So the darkness, the cold, these parts are real, the isolation.
Oh, wow. But why would you want to live in isolation? Why the isolation?
No, so the isolation is not the choice. The point is to explore new areas, which by definition don't have people in them. So
That is true, that is true.
we hope to mitigate the isolation by building transport systems so that people can come and
there
go
are people there.
And build a community from scratch, basically. Yeah.
That would be so cool if you had a plane to go there and then just one day you can just take a ticket and
As
just
a
be there.
as a kid from Dar es Salaam said, I was at a school in Tanzania, and she said, "Oh, I know. One day going to Mars will just be like taking a flight from Dar to New York." Which for average Tanzanian probably sounds like a big trip. And she's like, in the future going to Mars will sound like a big trip, but people will do it.
Yeah, and that sounds very exciting. So you're a theoretical physicist. That's I'm guessing the first occupation you had. And why physics, and why specifically theoretical physics?
So I think we all look around the world that we live in and ask, like, what's actually going on here? You know, who am I? What am I doing here? Why are things the way they are? Physics is basically just the scientific, let's say, not even forget the word science, just a detailed investigation of the reality that we find ourselves in. So science is basically what we all do, which is testing different hypotheses, like what happens when I do it like this instead of doing it like that. And then detail, hundreds of years of people putting knowledge into that box that we have physics coming out, which describes how atoms work, how electrons work, how how planets move around, their suns, the whole scale from the very small to the very big.
Okay.
So this is a natural, for curious people, science is really, it's for you.
It's for you, it's for you. And is that something you've always wanted to do as a kid, or is it just something that came about maybe in high school or in...
I mean, let me not lie, I hated science at school.
Wow, okay.
I liked the topic, but I found the classes very boring. So in case you find science boring, please don't shut science out. A lot depends on the old textbooks we use, maybe the teacher, maybe a lot of different things. Some of us are lucky to have amazing science teachers. In that case, you're a lucky student. But I think if you're a person who asks questions, if you're a person curious about the world, curious to know more, then maths comes into it because we use maths to answer some of the questions we have. Computers, if you love playing computer games, you're probably actually quite an expert in coding at the same time. So, computers, maths, science, these are the tools that we use not only to understand the world, but to change the world. The internet, we all use it. Only very few of us know how it works. I wouldn't even include myself. Nobody can know everything about everything. So
that is true.
we rely on society to help us, make the internet work every day. But think for a moment what you would do without it, and then think what the possibilities are with technology. What's going to be next? What's the next internet going to be? Scientists, researchers, technologists, mathematicians, computer experts will be the people who drive the next internet, whatever that invention will be.
No, but that's so exciting. So what is the one thing you look forward to about being on Mars?
The possibility to create new knowledge. So here on Earth, we're all trying to do our thing. It's busy. Other people are doing something similar. You try to learn from them. Other people already had the idea. So basically, we're crowded in terms of ideas and concepts. We're crowded. Once you get to Mars, you have the opportunity to really think in the isolation that comes with being on another planet, and rethink what we've done, how we've built society, how does government work, do we need money, how do we exchange resources, how do we provide a community where everybody has enough. And sadly, these are problems we haven't figured out on Earth. We have, even though we live on a planet where we can breathe the air, drink the water, and where plants grow by themselves, we still haven't managed to figure out a way to make everybody able to have resources and live comfortably. This is terrible. This is embarrassing as a species that calls itself intelligent, that we have people suffering because of lack of clean water and food or access to healthcare. So we need to solve these problems, and maybe thinking out of the box from Mars will create new technologies that prove to Earth that we can have enough, even on Mars, where plants don't grow by themselves. You cannot drink the water and you can't breathe the air. If we can survive there, then there's no excuse on Earth to not solve the challenges that we have using science technology.
Yeah, that's exciting. Okay, just one last thing. What is that one message that you can give kids out there to motivate them who are thinking, I also want to go to Mars one day, or they also want to be where they are right now, and especially because you're such a beacon of hope for women and not just kids and whatever, because you are a woman and you're doing this beautiful thing. It's so inspiring. So what's that one line of motivation that you just say, just do that?
One line, well, I would just say dream big, dream big. I mean, when you close your eyes and think about that one impossible thing that you don't even allow yourself to think about because it seems too big and too impossible, and maybe you're not enough to actually achieve that, don't let that voice talk to you. Dream big, believe in your dream, embrace your dream, nurture your dream, because nobody else is going to do that. You're the only one responsible for that. So once you have that flicker of a dream, that feeling in your stomach like this is something important, follow it, follow it, follow it. Don't allow anyone else to tell you your dream is too big. Prove them wrong.
Thank you so much. I think this was absolutely amazing and so informative for everybody at home, and I'm sure they've learned something, and I'm more excited to learn more about Mars. Come back and tell us all the info. Don't stay there. Gather the info and come back and share it with us.
We'll broadcast it at least.
So you can see what's happening. Thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure chatting.
And thank you so much, guys, for joining us. I hope you enjoyed that. Yes, she's off to Mars. That's really cool. And keep watching the space, and who knows, you might get to see everything that's happening on Mars, and you too might catch a plane one day there. And thank you so much, guys. Bye.